Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have for you from the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament 2025 a Swiss round 2 matchup between BK Patrick and Rywek. I am VT Slacker, your tracker for this race, and I'll pass it over to our commentary team of Sonny Wrath and Star. Take it away, you two.
Hey everyone, how are you doing, Sonny?
I am doing well, Star. It's been a while since we've been able to team up here in the booth, but I am looking forward to this. We have the second week of Swiss going on right now. We have PKT Patrick and Rywek in the 0-1 pool right now, about to go up against each other with all of the new settings that came around with 5.0. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them being shown off here. So this is going to be a very interesting match.
Absolutely here. So we'll get to see the flags as we go. Since we are off, it is still 6 gems. We have looks like potentially a mountainous map here. Immediate raft, okay.
Yeah, either going to be a mountainous or a caldera by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's not vanilla-like. And we are in the southwest corner here, so good to know that we are on the edge of the map, although it's going to be annoying to get places. That hasn't much changed. Well, there have been new map random options added, but the ones we use for the tournament remain pretty much fun. A lot of them are fairly similar, but there are some things that we'll perhaps take a look at once we see on the east. Still a regular enemy shuffle. We do see here a mirror, if you're wondering what that is. You want to talk about that new flag we have?
Yeah, so a lot of the quest items, if you will, are now shuffled into the item pool, which includes the mirror, Bagu's note,
the water of life,
water for Nibiru, things like that. So we will actually see those coming around in just general item locations. On top of that, one of the other changes that we'll see is that the palaces have a random number of items. P1 through 4 can have anywhere from 0 to 2 items. 5 and 6 can have 0 to 3 items. And Patrick immediately going into Medicine Cave here. Getting a Blue Guria. Does make the jump over it.
Yep.
Getting a little low on life.
Rudo on Rywek's side, which he read the sign. It does tell us we do have the shield spell here. And trophies on the east, somewhere.
And that shield spell is not guaranteed to land in a town. It could have actually been an item here, or the item here in Medicine Cave. But in this circumstance, it is not the case.
Nope, randomized to be right there. to be there. Got a pea bag in this Medicine Cave for Patrick.
Opting to grab life 3.
Rywek taking a... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, opting to grab life 3, which is something I am definitely for in this case, because the up A ends up making this a bit faster for Patrick.
Yep. And Patrick heading north now, going to find Rudo as well, and discover that it's the shield spell, and he'll skip the hint.
Coming into Heart Container Cave as Rywek is finishing it out and is going to pick up the fire spell. So fire is still linked, but what it is linked to we won't know until we have either some magic levels obtained or some extra magic containers.
Yep. Yeah, fire not castable just yet there at Magic 1. We'll see if it's any cheaper. So yeah, 79 at Magic 1, that requires 5 bars of magic, and we only have 4.
A little bit of an air quotes unfortunate circumstance, but not the end of the world, as Rywek is now coming into the Medicine Cave.
Yeah, lots of item caves here here near start. I believe this is our 5th item out of 6 on the Western Overworld.
Well, you say 6, because there are more. The table in Saria can contain an item. Bagu's wood.
Overworld, not palace or town, I declare to clarify.
When it comes to the caves, yes, you are absolutely correct.
I believe the only one we're missing is Trophy Cave, in fact. Because we
That
saw
is-
Stonehenge right next to start, and we've seen this is now 4-item caves, that's not Trophy Cave, so...
Yeah. We haven't seen Magic Container Cave yet. So...
We've seen
That would
Raft,
be-
we've seen a mirror, a P-bag, the fire spell, and whatever's here is 5-item... L is 1 on Stonehenge, 4 in Cave, so... We must have seen
Trophy
that one
Cave.
somewhere. Oh. Here's a P-bag
And
for Rywek. I think that's our second here on the list.
Yep. And that is going to be attack 2 for Patrick, since he did get a 200 P-bag drop here at the start of Trophy Cave. And Trophy Cave, this time around, is going to contain the hammer, which very well may be needed to make it over to the other side of whatever biome this is. And it's looking to be a caldera at this point.
Quite possibly. There is what appears to be a pass-through cave heading east, just right of start, although neither runner's bothered taking it yet. And we've got P4 here, okay.
Looks like 2 items, if I counted the clouds correctly, because that is one of 2 ways that you can count how many items are within a palace. Patrick checking to see the cost of fire. Yep, 2 clouds, so that'll be 2 items, and we do see that there is a bridge. So
Hammer
there's the
pick
hammer
up for
pick-
Rywek.
Yep. Gonna take a death. It's gonna be a game over for Rywek, but at least that hammer has been obtained. I missed what the item is here in Raru, but it's something that Patrick wants, so... Oh, it's the boots. Okay. That's
We want those.
always nice to have.
Those, as usual, for those as typical under these flags. Saria has the fairy spell. That's a good hint. But under these flags, as usual, water boots will let us walk on all water. As bridge to DM, we'll take a quick look around and see if we can find anything. Looks like a mountainous DM with an immediate spec rock. Okay, free item.
Can't turn down an immediate spec rock.
Nope. We'll probably also take a look and see if Hammer Cave is just here on the coast. But I probably wouldn't stick around in here too long. We'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't foresee Patrick sticking around for too terribly long, as the medicine is what is hiding here beneath Spec Rock. And it looks like they're going to be a quick way
cave
out, straight to the maze.
Okay.
With P5. No items, though. So it would be quick-ish to get to Guma. It can still be a really, really long P5. But one of the major differences that we have on the Palace with this tournament is that the loops are Euclidean instead of the normal non-Euclidean loops that we have.
Yep. Ooh, Rywek on the other side got a hint that, found Mito, which is a magic container, which, alright, we'll turn the medicine in on Patrick's side for it, but,
Yeah, if fire is connected to fairy, that's going to allow Patrick to go ahead and pick up downstab as well, which is massive at this point.
Yep, Rywek also seeing the bridge to DM, electing to not do anything there just yet. Rebo rides with a flute, okay.
Not bad, not bad. And 500 point bag dropped for Rywek, so Rywek's at attack 3 right now.
A nice find, and yep, that is a Caldera confirmed as we see the connector to the Caldera there right next to Mito.
Alright, Patrick about to pick up the magic container here in Mito. We'll be able to do that fire check real quick. Gonna run over to the other screen, cast it. It's... well... it's not jump, and it's not fairy. Not shield either, by the looks of it.
Doesn't seem like it, no. So it could be spell, thunder, could be a couple things. As Rywek, I look over and he's in, I'm not sure which palace this is. It does have 2 items in it, I think. Saw 2 statues there in the entrance. Okay, our tracker confirming P1 has with 2 items. Thank you.
Thank you, VT.
Yeah, the Iron Knuckle statues at the front also can tell you how many items are in a palace. As Patrick right behind. Oops. Following the lobby for Rywek.
Rywek having a bit of difficulty making it past the Guma here. Which, a Guma this area can be a little difficult to make it past if you're trying to go fast. Whereas if you're trying to take your time a bit and wait for the Guma, it's not as bad. A lot of hits just for 50 points. So a little unfortunate to see, but not the end of the world by any means. And there's the 500 point bag for Patrick. He's going to go ahead and take attack 3 here, as Rywek is going to head over to Death Mountain. And it's Thunder!
Ooh, Fire Thunder, a very nice find there for Patrick. Also, I noticed that the caldera, that the P1 is at the east, what would be the eastern exit of the caldera. So we have to take that pass-through cave by start to get over to the eastern side of the map.
Which means jump is going to be required in order to get fairy, unless there is a connector that leads over to the other side of the caldera.
Which there might. We have seen the maze, so we could. So there's a very good chance. There's a reasonable chance that we have a connector in there to someplace useful.
Indeed, and Patrick is checking to see if there's anything else here. Might be on the search for the Hammer Cave.
As Rywek is picking up a heart container in the maze, just north of P5, it looks like.
Not a bad find.
And we do see a connector. We do see a continental connector here. We don't know where to, but there is one there. Kind of have to work our way around. We have the boots. Unfortunately, the river is right at the top edge of the maze, so that's of no help today. As we also find a raft tile on the maze.
Yeah, the most help that this would be is for getting to the raft tile down at the bottom of the maze, since this would allow both of them to walk on the outside.
Yeah.
Patrick,
I guess the river helps a little bit for the eastern side of the maze, but yeah, not the best of Maze Island layouts here.
Nah, a little unfortunate. Patrick,
and it does look like we have to go the very long way around to that connector cave.
Oh.
As I think it's about as far as you can get from start. As you have to go all the way up and around to the northeast corner and then kind of work your way back west is what it looks like.
Alright, Patrick taking down the Blue Lizalfos there with that Fire Thunder. Dropping the cost of fire to 49, which is nice to see. And Red Lizalfos are only worth 50 points this time around. So the Red's not as lucrative on points as the Blues, and we have yet to see how many points the Oranges give. Oh, Patrick flirting with death here. Rywek finding... oh, going back to the drop with the heart, by the looks of it.
Yep, he's gonna reset his health and lives at the palace.
Which is never a bad idea to do. Alright, raft tile.
Ooh, Islands East. Fun.
Hey, at least boots are in tow, with Nuke Pseudo being a magic container. And also having a heart container. Grandma's basement accessible. What are we gonna have in here? It's that heart container.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about a magic and a heart. We'll have to see we might have to come back later for the third item, as we don't have a spell, so.
Yeah, and at this point, that extra magic container coming out of New Kasuto is absolutely going to be welcome. And
for sure.
Rywek finding the drop for the other item.
This could be a good find for Rywek, depending on what it is. Also gets a small key from a drop. Neat. And another small key. Well, okay.
Yay, junk fill pool.
Yep, there's a little bit extra junk items in the pool. We do start with a candle and these flags, plus with the quest item shuffle, those add additional junk items to the pool, so we end up with a couple. And hey, that's our side back to the other side of the east, the west. Cool.
Yes. So if Patrick actually makes it over, then he'll be good. We don't know if that's 3 or 6, but we do know it's going to have no items in it, as Bagu has a heart container today, and Patrick has made his way over to the eastern side of the caldera.
Yep. And we have Saria has Bagu's letter. Funny game.
That means that the fairy spell is under the table.
Which is nice. Patrick finding her on Bagu as well.
Rywek gonna go ahead and pick up Bagu's letter.
Maybe a bit of autopilot. Bagu's letter doesn't actually do anything this seed since we don't need it to get across Saria.
Nope, and there is Fairy for Patrick at 40, and Fairy for Rywek. They both do have the opportunity to get downstab now. And
they'll probably do that once they go back, whenever they got back to start, which might not be for a bit, since start's kind of a pain to get to.
Yeah, just a bit. But here is the
okay, and I apparently
last
can't count
cave.
caves. I thought we had seen them all, but evidently I can't count. So you were correct about that earlier. Whoops.
It happens. Alright. Both Rywek and Patrick working on making it through here. Red Dyra being right here. Fortunately, Patrick gets the good pattern of it not attacking immediately and is gonna be able to go for attack 4 here. So Patrick's sitting at 434 already, Rywek at 323. Right now, the major question is, where on earth is this glove? Because the glove is absolutely going to be required. The jump spell may be required as well, with some of the rooms that were added into the palace pool as well as GP's pool.
0 items, by the way, here in this 3 or 6. And Patrick deciding, yeah, no, never mind. I'm not going to bother digging it without a glove. Which,
there's
not
no
unreasonable. I'm not sure what fairy costs right now.
40 for Patrick right now, unsure on the cost of it for Rywek.
40 is castable twice on the 7 bars, but a little annoying.
Rywek having a bit of a struggle here against this Red Dyra, but is going to go ahead and run on out, not having to worry about taking it down. Meanwhile, Patrick about to pick up downstab, and in a manner of speaking, we'll be able to start diving palaces here. 4, as it stands, is the only one that would not be able to be completed, but we don't know which palaces are going to contain glove blocks and which ones aren't.
Nope. We are going to skip 5 on the maze for now with 0 items and no glove. I'd probably wait on that for a while. No real urge to go back there. And this 3 or 6 may not be super appealing either. I'm gonna take a head in for a quick look, like Patrick did, but I expect he'll probably won't stick around too long.
Yeah, I don't foresee him sticking around for a very long time.
We are going to see P1, which is reasonable. It's a pretty short palace. And speaking of new rooms, here's one of them.
The up arrow room, as I like to call this.
I can certainly see why. And Magic 3 for Rywek, so if he didn't know it was Fire Thunder, he definitely does now. And he has Magic 3 now, so Fairy is 40 for him. Nice dodging of the Iron Knuckles.
No windows yet for us to be able to determine whether this is 3 or 6. It does get a red jar drop at a very opportune time.
Yeah, for sure. Lets him thunder down that Iron Knuckle. And, more left! Very linear palace so far, as I totally missed what Patrick just got. Whoops.
Another magic container.
Okay.
So currently sitting at 7 MCs, and checking the dripper just to see if there was anything good there, and it was just a red Stalfos, as Horsehead has been located by Patrick. This fight will not take too terribly long.
As you say that, it's already done.
Patrick gonna go ahead and place the gem. We still don't know if this is 3 or 6 on Rywek's side.
No sign of windows, no, although we have seen, it's also a very linear palace so far. I don't think we've seen a single 4. Well, as I say that, here's the first one.
I was about to say until now, and it's 6!
Okay. Yeah, you beat this and get going.
Yeah, this is a pretty free 6 when you really take a look at it. Oh, Rywek, though, taking a hit.
Thankfully, he has 2 lives left, so he should be fine, hopefully. Just needs to be a bit patient.
Gotta respect Barba a little bit here.
Yeah, with there being no items in here, he's going to take the early Barba and get going. Runners are going to be pretty even on levels here. 444 for Patrick and Rywek's. Well, he's going to get this 400 here off Barba, and then see whatever the next one is after that.
Yeah, at least 400.
As Barba's going to give him at least 12 XP.
And that's a 1,000-point Barba, so could opt to push for attack 5 here. Looks like that's going to be Magic 5, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think this might have been a minor math fail, because 1,000 points is not quite enough to get a double level out of it, and doesn't want to go back for the additional 52 XP. Would have taken to hit the 1440 before getting the next one, but not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it is P6, which can be a bit perilous if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Alright, Rywek picking up another 500-point bag, gonna go up to life 4 here, sitting at 454. Patrick sitting at 445.
Yep. Patrick's still looking for the second item here in P1, which I think he has to find it soon, because I think he's running out of rooms here in P1.
Yeah.
Even with the new flags, P1 is still the smallest palace, and yeah.
So welcome to one of the new item rooms that just had the water for the town in Nibiru.
Yep, which we haven't seen yet, so that might be required. Since it is Fire Thunder, I think we can track the Thunder spell for both runners.
Yeah.
Speaking of. Patrick is going to head back to the east, I assume, here.
I could see him potentially just doing the jump into 5, just to see if he can get that knocked out at this point.
Maybe, although I'm not sure I would without a glove. It does, since it has no items, you're hoping it's not glove locked, which is a bit of a risk to take here, I think, in the current situation. As Rywek gets dented into nowhere. Nice. That chunk east of start, in fact, went nowhere, and he had to go through the main. He had to go go from the west to Death Mountain to the maze to go back to the west to get to the eastern side of the map.
Yeah, and he has not picked up downstab yet, and is he gonna check for make the gamble of Reflect being in here? Because that is a viable gamble.
There are 2 items in it, so it's not impossible, but nope. Just getting a quick spot of XP and leaving. He's also heading back to the maze, it looks like.
Yeah,
Rywek hasn't seen the east yet, but he has seen the raft tile, I'm pretty sure, so that's presumably where he's going next.
Patrick, on the other hand,
Finding the other item, which we know is just a key.
just a ball of sadness.
Rywek, check and see if we can see Rywek's face cam. Rywek, oh right, that's there. Whoops! Minor face palm at walking into the item tile again. He's done that a couple times here. Player dirt cheap at Magic 5, by the way. Just 11 points.
Yeah, it's really, really nice to see it be that low, especially since there are 500s in the pool. Pretty much non-stop at this point.
Yeah.
Alright, Patrick has made it back over to the east, and he is gonna be looking around for towns, palaces, you name it.
Yep, looks like he's heading just about straight east of the raft tile right now, which appears to have been in the southwest corner. Finding Old Kasudo with the life spell.
And Patrick is gonna opt to grab it, not that I can blame him at this point, because with how the new rooms are, these GPs can turn from being not too terribly bad to, oh dear lord, this is a nightmare.
And Thread Rock exists.
That's not something you get to see too terribly often, especially with islands. Patrick working on pushing for Magic 5 here, as Rywek has come into New Kasudo, has not returned to Mito to turn in both the medicine as well as grab downstab.
We've got some bad news. Darunia's got the glove. Whoa.
Alright, that child hint might come into play.
I am in fact a little surprised Patrick didn't go in and get that hint immediately, but okay.
As am I. And
Riverdale is blocking the room.
The town of Larryville!
Okay, there we go. Patrick going back for the hint. Sorry, I'm laughing. But yes, Naburu is Larry Lock today.
Yes! We get the town of Larryville!
But Rywek getting his 5th magic jar from the new Kasudo spell spot is able to get the magic jar from the old lady, which was only locked behind 5 jars a day, so he's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, the extra magic jar, always nice, and well, here's Sunken. So if this happens to be the child, then that's gonna be nice for Rywek.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my goodness! Alright, so Rywek's not gonna have to worry about coming through Darunia twice, where Patrick will have to come through Darunia twice. It just all comes down to how quickly is he going to find that cave, as he does find the water tile pretty quickly here.
He'll find the cave soon enough because it's right there next to Larry, so we're fine.
Yep. Does pick up Magic 5, so that's good.
Yep, not sure what fire was at Magic 4, but Magic 5 is that as we get the spell, it looks like.
24 at Magic 4 drops to 11 at Magic 5.
Okay, so nice drop in price. Spell is 63, so both runners can go pick up that item if they want anytime. At this point, the big thing our runners need is going to be that Reflect spell, wherever it is. We don't know, we haven't found it. Could be just about anywhere.
Yeah, it's very possible, as Rywek is actually going to go ahead and jump back into New Kasuto.
Grabbing the free item here, may as well. From his perspective, he's short a glove, he's short a flute, he's short Reflect.
Yeah, I mean, he very well may end up picking up Reflect here, and if that's the case, then that's going to be pretty nice.
Wouldn't probably be too mad about a flute either, since there are 2 checks in Nibiru with the quest item shuffle. Patrick is going to be happy about a child on his side here in a moment. And Rywek picks up, that's the next best thing he could have found, I think.
I mean, that's pretty vanilla.
Very vanilla, in fact.
So that means, if I remember correctly, the flute being in the east, we only have Risen Peabag Cave as well as the desert tile remaining.
Did we get a hint for the flute in the east? I don't remember.
I think we saw flute in the east as a hint.
Because that's gonna... the only other check we had... Yeah, because I don't recall. Patrick going back for the glove now. Yeah, flute's on the east. It's, I think it's probably the desert tile then, because it can't be Nibiru.
Right. Usually if an item resides in a town, it'll say the item is in insert town here.
Mostly also thinking that as well, although I am less familiar with the current flags.
It's just learning, right?
Yeah. And glove pickup for Patrick, who is Reflect from Go mode. Our remaining areas for that are... Oh wait, no, we got a hint that flute is in 3, rereading my notes, which that's on the east somewhere, either
That's
Valley of Death, which could be Valley of Death, or this one's P2. It's Valley of Death, or the third palace is who knows where on the map. We haven't seen it.
I mean, it's going to be over there as I'm pointing in 2 different directions.
And I can't see you, so...
That's why I'm letting you know I'm pointing in 2 different directions.
But P2, I believe, has 0 items if I saw that entrance correctly, so this is just clearing it for the sake of clearing it.
Yep. No items here in P2, so it's just going to be find Helmet Head, defeat Helmet Head, continue on with your happy day.
Yep. Rywek continuing his exploration and should find Darunia somewhere over here, and there's that desert tile.
As well as
as our last palace. The cross, not really the thing we wanted at this point.
And there's 3.
Okay, that's potentially very good for Rywek.
But that also means
he needs to find it anyway, but this is a flute, which might be required.
And that also means that GP is sitting in its vanilla location.
Yes, it is. Did you catch how many items are in 3, by the way?
I believe I saw 2.
Okay.
VT confirming that there are indeed 2 items in this P3.
Okay, so the number of total palace items is the same as vanilla, it's just that 3 palaces have 2 items and 3 palaces have 0 items, if I'm writing down my notes correctly.
Yeah, and that's not guaranteed to be that way, but in this case...
I was going to double-check that. Yes, here's item number 1, speaking of, and that is our hinted flute for Rywek.
Always nice to go ahead and have that.
Yeah, as far as items go, we are missing both. We're missing both items out of 4. We're missing both items out of Nibiru, and we're missing the second item out of. We're missing the second item out of 3, and we're missing Hammer Cave. is it per my notes?
I believe that's about right. Patrick coming to one of the landing rooms, so effectively a dead end in this case.
Yep.
Rywek, on the other hand, continuing through 3. Might actually find Reflect here in 3 as well. It's completely possible. Does not have
nice room
downstab,
here for Patrick.
Yep. So Rywek doesn't have downstab. That is a hard downstab block for him. That is not good. On top of that, he still has yet to pick up the glove.
Yeah, I don't think he's found the Runia yet, yeah. I am a little surprised he didn't get downstab when he was on the west earlier. Nito's not far from start, but well, he'll get back there at some point, I'd hope. But the issue is, if that downstab block is blocking Reflect or the boss, that's going to be a bad time for Rywek.
Okay, there is a way around the downstab block, so Rywek is going to be able to make it through and around. Patrick, on the other hand, opting to not ferry through doors right now, wanting to explore the options that he has available without using any of his magic. Trying to conserve as much of it as he can for this Fire Thunder.
Yeah.
Alright, Rywek continuing through this P3, trying to see if there are any extra items that he can find, even though there's only the one item. Picking up a Link Doll, though, is always nice, and since he doesn't have downstab, this might be a bit more of a difficult Rebanak fight for him.
Yeah. By the way, is it me, or is this 3 unusually large?
I mean, it's a little bit larger than normal, that's for sure.
Because it feels like this is a pretty long 3, as 3s go, usually a more mid-sized palace, and we've been in here for a little while now.
Yeah, the Euclidean loops, they do make palaces feel much longer than what they really are if you get lost in them, and in this case, Rywek has hit a dead end, might end up being lost. We'll just have to wait and see.
This is a ways into the palace. It's gonna take him a bit to get back to a fork, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Patrick is also still in 2, although this has not found the boss, although there are no items in here. He's just looking for Helmet Head. Even with no items, P2 is still P2, also one of the more mid-sized palaces.
I mean, P2 is P5's younger brother, if you will.
Yeah.
At least that's the way that I tend to put it.
Yeah. Counterintuitively, the average room count in palaces is not by the order of palace number. GP is, of course, the largest, but it's actually P5 that's next largest. P6 after that, and P1 is, of course, the smallest. Still, but the rest is a little out of order.
Alright, Patrick getting up to 556 here.
And Rywek fighting a mini-boss, Rebo.
Actually getting some good down-established Rebo hits.
Yeah, Rebo's the horse rolling up a little in health, it looked like. Had a couple extra bars. Does get the life cast off, nice. Looks like it refills 3 bars today.
Yeah, so in Swiss it will stay as 3 bars. It's once we hit brackets that the life refill becomes random. As Patrick does finish out P2.
And that is a death for Rywek. Down to his last life, too. It's Likely regretting the decision to not get down stab. If he has to come back, this getting back to the east is itself pretty slow, and this is very deep into P3.
Yeah, and I understand wanting to play a little more aggressively on Rebo when you don't have down stab. And I thought he was dead there, but I'm glad I was wrong.
Apparently, Rebo taking, I think, 2 hits leaves you with, like, a sliver of health. Like 1 or 2 points, maybe? Visibly 0. Like, visually, basically 0, but apparently not.
Alright, Rywek playing this Rebo a bit safer now.
Yeah. Really doesn't want to have to come back here.
Patrick, also here in P3.
Especially because Rywek knows that this is high. There we go, very nice. Making me quite nervous there, but yeah, he knows this is really buried and getting back here would suck. Plus, this is, I guess not that buried, but this is a heart container.
That's exactly what he wanted, though.
It is, as apparently, Patrick finding I think the same Rebo?
Yep.
So I guess it wasn't that far into the palace, or Patrick just happened to take the route that dumped him right in it.
Patrick took the route that just dropped him right here.
So that's fortunate for Patrick, although I'm not sure how much of a time save it'll be compared to Rywek, who has probably got to find Rebo, the boss Rebo soon, I'd imagine.
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah, so Patrick will also find this boss Rebo immediately, and then go dig for the flute, which is somewhere else in this palace. I've long forgotten at this point.
It wasn't very deep within the palace.
I don't think I was gonna say. I don't think it terribly was either, because Rywek found that very quickly. Okay, Rywek is at least getting a lot of downstab-less Rebo practice.
Actually played downstabless Rebo fairly well, just having bad timing on going for these stabs, and gets it!
Very nice.
And Patrick also has Rebo taken down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with his experience, Rywek able to grab both attack 5 and will be life 7, I think, here.
Yes. Attack 5, life 7, and Patrick will get magic 6, if I'm not mistaken, on this gem placement.
Believe so, yep.
Alright, Rywek now knows that it is time to search for towns.
Yep.
Very opportune Leakdoll drop for him there.
Yeah. He's going to check out Naburu. He's currently on the other end of the map. He'll eventually head back over towards Naburu and see what those items are.
Patrick, on the other hand, just needing to go find the flute here in P3, and then he will be able to go check pretty much everything else. And here is Risen P-Bag Cave for Rywek.
Which I think this is likely the trophy, because that was hinted on the east and we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I believe it has to be at this point.
And it is.
Sure enough.
Which, that's the shield spell, and Naruto's pretty close to start, right? Rywek probably will pick that up when he's back over there. Also locates the Valley of Death entrance, although Rywek should know that this is GP, so we'll see them go in there later.
Yeah, right now he is just on the hunt for towns. Patrick on the hunt for that flute, which he is about to pick up.
Rywek's a bit on the wrong end of the map for Darunia, which was further south.
Yeah, it was.
Well, everything's
And-
pretty much further south because he is at the far northern edge of the map.
Yep, and Patrick is up here on the far north of the map as well. Probably gonna run into Risen Peabag Cave before too long. We'll grab that trophy, and might actually jump in to grab the shield spell as well.
Yeah.
Now, Patrick does have the water where Rywek does not, so once Rywek actually is back to where Nibiru is located, if it turns out that the water has to be turned in order to get Reflect, that's going to be bad news for Rywek, but really good news for Patrick.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, the water was in P1, which Rywek hasn't dug yet. Ooh.
Yeah, I know exactly what Rywek was going for there, just was not able to get to it fast enough. Alright, trophy for Patrick. Patrick is working on getting back to that right side. And there's going to be the glove pickup for Rywek. Patrick coming back into the vicinity of the towns will probably end up making his way over to Nibiru here in a moment. And we'll actually see if the spell in Nibiru, or if the potential of the spell in Nibiru is the Reflect spell, or if it's in the fountain.
Or neither, because it doesn't have to be. And it is the jump spell here.
So that is potentially going to be required, as well as some of the new GP runes require jump and glove.
Mm-hmm. Odds are going up, by the way, that Reflect is just sitting in P4. There are 2 items there.
Yeah, actually, Reflect has to be in P4.
Hammer Cave exists.
Hammer Cave. We haven't seen any hint for it, and that's the part that actually worries me at this point.
Yeah, have we seen what was the fountain in Nibiru, by the way?
A small key.
Of course. But yeah. So it's either... but yeah, according to my notes, if I'm taking notes correctly, which may not be the case, we have to have either P4 or GP or the Hammer Cave. Sorry, words are hard. Either P4 or Hammer Cave is going to be our Reflect because we've seen everything else between our 2 runners.
Exactly. Patrick about to pick up the magic key because I had a feeling he would stop here before heading back over to the maze.
Yeah, if your choices are this Hammer Cave, digging out Hammer Cave, which is who knows where in this mountainous DM, not on the coast, evidently, or go P4, yeah, I'd do this first.
I mean,
Patrick, or Rywek
into...
Yeah, Rywek into P2 here.
And Patrick gonna go ahead, grab that magic key, and call that good. So
Yep.
It is down to either being P4 or Hammer Cave for Patrick, and I think we're about to see a play to P4.
Yep.
Odds are much higher in this circumstance that it is right in here. Alright, Rywek taking down Helmet Head. Gonna get P2 knocked out pretty quick. And that will be 5, 6, 7 for both of our runners with the exact same amount of gems placed.
I think Rywek might have saved a bit of time in P2, in fact, because this was behind. I think Helmet Head was behind the key block right near start at the top of the elevator, and Patrick took a left at that intersection.
Yeah.
Rywek, on the other hand, is still exploring. Hasn't found a rune. Found a rune yet, but still looking for, I think, one of the other towns. Forget what he's missing. Oh, he hasn't found Old Kasuto yet. It's down south here.
And look at that. You gamble 4 and you get rewarded.
Yep, there is Reflect. Putting Patrick officially in go mode.
Yes, that will put Patrick in go mode now, so it's just a matter of finishing out all of the palaces. And 6 won't be that long. The only unknown, aside from, of course, this 4, is P5. Is it going to be extremely long, or is it going to be short as can be, as Patrick's going to go ahead and opt to drop? And, well, this actually could be a connection that goes to Karok. He's not going to be able to cast Reflect, so we'll have to take a death.
Does pick up the last item, which is the magic jar.
Yeah, or get the other magic jar. That works too. Sure, let's go with that.
Rywek getting the disappointment that is Nibiru here, just jump spell and the key. We have Bagnu's letter VT. Hammer Cave, I think at this point is just junk. We've seen all magic jars and all our heart containers because Patrick has all of them, and it's tracker percent, so I think it has to be junk in Hammer Cave.
Yep, and here we go. The standard for Karok anymore, harder Karok, which I will still say is much easier because Karok cannot telefrag you. It's just a bit more annoying as Patrick takes down Karok, no problem. Rywek coming into 4 as Patrick is placing the gem, just has 5 and 6 to go.
Yep, and something to note from our tracker VT in chat. Apparently there's a hint for Reflect in P4, I guess in Nibiru. I don't know if Patrick got it, but Rywek getting it here. Heading it for himself.
It was on the Fire. So that actually paid off for Rywek this time around.
Yep. Yeah, Rywek has been pretty thorough about getting hints in this seed. Now, P4 is fairly quick for Patrick. We'll see how long it takes for Rywek.
So long as Rywek takes the drop coming up here after grabbing Reflect, it shouldn't be too terribly long. And Patrick now into 5 as well. 5 can be very long, it can also be very, very short. Alright, Rywek's going to take the drop. Is he going to ferry immediately?
Nope.
No. So this is a dead end that Rywek's in. Has a lot of MOAs available. So that should tell him that after he takes the drop again, he will need to ferry. But instead, he is going to take this left.
Yeah, but Trino's going to be a rabbit hole since,
well,
Patrick... Well, yeah, go ahead.
That actually did not turn out to be as much of a rabbit hole as I was expecting it to be, because I think you were expecting it to be a pretty big rabbit hole. It immediately led to a dead end.
Very convenient.
So, Rywek will know that the way he needs to go is through the drop. Granted, there might actually be a second path to get there, continuing here on the top.
I'm so used to non-Euclidean palaces, I am not that having actually Euclidean palaces is throwing me for a bit of a loop.
It's a bit of a brain break when you're so used to the non-Euclidean palaces.
My sense of direction's also absolute garbage to begin with, both in real life and in games, which doesn't help.
I mean, that's fair. So yeah, this...
Like, non-Euclidean palaces, I can just say, ignore my terrible sense of direction and just run with it. But, well, I'm supposed to pay attention, but, yeah, my sense of direction is so bad it doesn't make much of a difference. Rywek missing it.
Okay, so this right here is a room that does require jump. So that's one of the 5.0 rooms that came in as a double item block, jump and glove in this circumstance.
Did Rywek get jump while he was in a burrow?
No.
That's what I thought, which that's concerning.
Yeah, he did not have the water, so he was not going to be able to obtain the jump spell.
Oh yeah, good point. Duh, he hasn't done P1. Whoops.
So it's actually really bad for Rywek having that jump block, but it could also be very good if this is actually the incorrect direction to get to Guma. But I don't think it is at this point.
And yeah, pure Skooma for Patrick.
Yep, so that jump spell is going to be needed here. Ooh, Patrick, getting real low on life, was one hit away from just dying to Guma here. Alright, back on one hit. Does take Guma down. And Rywek coming up to Arok. Alright, so Patrick just has to go back over to the west, finish out P6, and that will be it. He will be good to go. It looks like he will be 6, 7, 8 for going to GP.
Yep.
Which I would take 6, 7, 8.
Those are pretty nice levels, especially for an experienced runner like Patrick. The P6 was also pretty quick for Rywek earlier. We'll see if it's the same for Patrick.
We might even get to see some jackhammer usage from Patrick. I don't remember if he actually attempts it or not.
Rywek walking straight past Nito, heading immediately to P1.
Yeah, still has not picked up downstab.
There's also Magic Jar in there, which would be at least nice to have, if nothing else.
But yeah, with how quickly this P6 went for Rywek earlier, Patrick shouldn't take too terribly long in here. And with the... I'm not going to do math on Twitch. That many uses of Fire Thunder, it's definitely going to make his exploration of P6 much faster than Rywek's was earlier.
11 casts. Assuming if it's still 11, which I think it might be, it's 128 is allows you to cast 11 Thunder 11 times.
Yeah, because 121 out of 128.
Here's Horsehead for Rywek, which I don't think he found either item in here, which might be an issue.
No, he didn't. He ended up having the same route as Patrick, where Patrick found the items afterwards. Rywek might actually gamble that the items aren't needed, but we know that that's not the case. The items are absolutely needed in this circumstance.
Oh, for sure, because he needs that water to get jump. Yeah, quick bar before Patrick. Right at the top of basically the first elevator after you take a... You have to take like a bunch of lefts in this P6, but it's totally linear for like the first 6 rooms or so, and then it's just the top of the first elevator, so easy enough.
Yeah, no Hammer this time around, but
and
that is all 6 palaces done for Patrick.
Yeah.
And Rywek.
Kitty cat for Rywek on the cam. And has left P1. Understandable, as far as he knows, he might be in go mode, and he's also playing against a very strong runner like Patrick. It's just, unfortunately, the only jump block we've seen so far this seed is the Harder Garden P5.
And that's an unfortunate circumstance that can occur with the 5.0 version of the randomizer.
Yep.
Especially with these community rooms. Patrick, though, gonna head over to DV, and it's gonna be time to enter GP.
Well, Ferd has to find his way in. He did not find the physical entrance to the valley earlier like Rywek did, but it's not terribly hard to locate. It is islands, after all, with boots. Just take some walking.
Yep. And there's life 8 for Patrick. Oh.
Nice save.
He had me worried there, but he got it. Easy fairy feet there for Patrick, and he is now into GP.
Yeah.
Hour 32 seconds, hour 33 seconds. Somewhere right in there.
Well, nice dead end room there for Rywek.
No magic refill here, or no potential of a magic refill here, shall I say, for Patrick. But one of the flags that I haven't mentioned being on, which is much more important here in GP, especially, is that guaranteed 50/50s are a thing. So, if you get a bird or an iron knuckle out of a statue, and then you leave the room and come back in, you are guaranteed to get a jar off of that statue when you hit it again.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's
Think
no
about GP, it is short GP, but there is also guaranteed to be at least 8 rooms between Thunderbird and Darklink, so it won't be immediate. Oh, apparently chat got to see the kitty cat for a minute, nice.
So, kind of on that, the minimum length of that I've noticed on some of these has been either the 8 or 12 rooms, and then it T-Bird into immediate Darklink. For some reason, that has still been happening, but it's not a bug, it's just how the flag works. It's been weird, because with some of them we'll have instant T-Bird, and then with how the Euclidean Palace is laid out, you have the rest of GP before you get to Darklink.
As here's that jump block for Rywek.
Yep, the unfortunate jump lock for Rywek. He's not going to be able to.
I think he's realized, staring at this and going,
I don't know how much Rywek's actually practiced the new 5.0 stuff.
Me neither. We were talking about this a bit before the restream time, but I know Rywek more from the LTDPR community, where he's actually the founder of the Link to the Past Randomizer Francophone Discord, and I had a chance to meet him at SGL in person last year. That is his main game, although he does play a number of other things. maybe plays Z1R2. That so Rywek has participated in both upstarts and in last year's standard, I believe.
Yep. And he's going to see if there might be another way around this jump glove block, but I do not believe that there is. As Patrick is now going to take this elevator up, and it's going to keep going up, and keep going up, and keep going up.
Yep. Oh, and if Unfox clarifying in chat, I believe it's minimum 8 or 12 rooms from the entrance to Darklink with the T-Bird recorded somewhere within that.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of T-Bird, here's that.
Thank you, Winfox. I can never remember how the flag is phrased.
Okay, that makes sense.
Here we go. Nice 4 hit from Patrick there. Another 4. This T-Bird is not long for the world. And there it goes. T-Bird is down for Patrick.
Very nice.
Just has to find Darklink, unless Darklink is literally the next room, which is a possibility in this circumstance.
Yep. And it isn't, as Rywek has realized, oh dang it, it's not, and I have to get jump.
Alright, up the elevator, leads to a left, gonna continue right here in GP. Almost decides to take a dip into the lava. I mean, that only would be, or that would only be a very, very comfy, warm dip.
Rywek is back in the Buru as we find Darklink.
So 8 hits will put Patrick at 1-1 here. Alright. And with that, get your GGs out for Patrick.
106.11, GG's. You'll be joining us for an interview in a moment, as Rywek is having a think. And seeing the disc and seeing the top 10.
Yep. Because I think Rywek is probably going to forfeit.
And we are joined by our winner, Patrick. GG.
I saw you light up, Patrick, but I didn't hear anything come through.
Yep, can't hear a thing here right now.
I know that Discord can sometimes be Discord.
Yep. And we also have a Rywek, GG.
GG!
Yeah, good game, Rywek.
Yeah, good game.
Rywek, don't forget the forfeit in the race room.
Oh, I thought I did a forfeit.
Yep,
Hey,
there we go.
I've been there, so I get it.
Should have sworn.
So, where to start with this seed? Because holy moly, the opener here, most of your items on the west, easily accessible. The location of Fairy being under the table in Saria was a thing. Only having P4 and P1 there at the start as well just how did you guys feel on this start?
There was a hint for fairy, so I felt like once I found that Maze Island was kind of a hub, it kind of routed. It told me where I needed to route, but yeah, I felt like there was a whole lot of backtracking, which was kind of frustrating with the seed. And of course, almost 100%ing it to find Reflect.
Yeah, it was either Reflect or it was either P4 or DM by the end for us as Restream, although Rev actually found a hint in, I think it was Nibiru that told him that Reflect was in P4. The problem is Rywek had done P1 at that point for the Water of Life, which was required for the jump spill, which was hard required in P5 today.
Ah, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, with some of the 5.0 rooms, you actually have a double requirement instead of just, oh, I have glove, I'm good to go.
I thought that was the case. I'm still learning so many new things about this new version. There's so many rooms I've never seen before. I went into a room and like, this looks like a smiley face. Why does this look like a smiley face? Is this is this a thing? Is this a thing? Am I supposed to stay here? And then I keep looking around the room. No, this is just a smiley face room. Okay, I think I can leave.
I mean, Patrick, you found one of our 2 product placement rooms that I know of in the 5.0 room pool, because you found the Z2R room. The one that I was hoping to show up as well is the ZSR room in GP.
Yeah, I think I passed the ZSR room, but didn't go into it. There's at least 2, but I think there might be a third as well, where the one I'm thinking of, you come down the elevator and it looks like a waffle room, but then it becomes a ZSR room or something. I don't know. I'm still learning the rooms too, so who knows?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I took a bit of an extended break from old Rando for a couple of months after SGL just to give myself some time off, so this was more or less mostly my first look at 5.0, and certainly it was interesting to see all the changes that came about.
Yeah, it's been great so far. It's kind of really refreshed things. Also made it nice today where there were no items in 5 or 6, so it was easy to decide where.
Yeah, that was nice. 3 of our palaces had 0 items, the other 3 had 2 items, funnily enough.
Yeah, 256 with 0 items, and then 134 with 2 items. It more or less equaled out to what we had in 4.3 with items and palaces just redistributed.
Pretty much. Kind of convenient too that the shortest palaces had all the items.
Now, Rywek, I gotta commend you for something.
What's that?
Your downstablished Rebo, you had me tense on the first one that was guarding the heart container that you absolutely needed. And then when you were on 1 hit remaining for boss Rebo, that was another tense moment. Well done on both
I was
of those.
stressing. I was stressing. It was a close one for both fights. I'm like, this is not working out in my favor. And like, I'm too used to having downstab all the time for this fight. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna try it. And it paid off.
Try you did, and you succeeded. Though, after you'd gotten Fairy, you did walk past Mito quite a few times. Had you just forgotten it was there, or were you just focused on going?
I did not remember where Mito was.
Yeah, it was right next to the cave to the caldera, basically. They're up in the north.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, I had no idea. I actually even went back to Saria thinking that was Mito. I'm like, well, you know what? Since this wasn't Mito, I'm just going to give up on Mito and say goodbye, like to downstab.
Yeah, well, you had kind of the right idea. It was in the northeast corner of one part of the map, just the other half.
Yeah.
I mean, even still, both of you played extremely well, and this was a really, really good match between you two.
For sure, yeah. Quite a bit of divergence between the two of you. You guys had rather different palace orders. Patrick basically went 1 through 6, actually. And Rywek kind of a bit more varied.
And I also have to commend you, Rywek, on your early Barba kill, because
Thank you.
that was really, really good. The only thing that bit you there was math being off.
Yeah, I could not math it. I'm like, do I level up here? Do I not level up? And in the end, I just went, heck it, I have Thunder.
Exactly. You had exactly what you needed with that Fire Thunder. And with both of you having Fire Thunder, that just reminded me Thunder would have been in Hammer Cave if Fire had not been connected to it.
Oh, right. I forgot we didn't have that. I forgot about that.
Same, until right now.
I thought it was junk because I was like, "Well, the tracker's full." Oh, now that you mention it.
Technically speaking, it would be junk in this circumstance. Patrick, you're going 1-1 now. So, is there anybody that you're hoping to go up against that either currently is 1-1 or has the chance of being 1-1?
No, I honestly have not stayed up to date with who, where, and the standings, so it'll be a fun surprise.
And Rywek, you're going to 0-2 for this one, though you played an extremely good game.
Oh yeah,
you're one of those that I'm not going to count out.
I'm not too worried. Honestly, I'm using the standard tournament here to just kind of refresh myself in the game, because I haven't played since, I guess, the last standard tournament, maybe the one before that. I don't remember. And yeah, I'm just like, this is my second game back in like version 5. I think I had version 3 before. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And I'm just using like these 5 rounds as a warm up for the Nibiru Invitational.
Fair enough.
I can tell you now, you did play in last year's standard, so that was
there you go
4.3. And
that was 4.3.
We did have a lot of changes between 4.3 and 5.0. Yeah. So there's always that to keep in mind, but even still, well played by both of you, and I can't think of any other questions if you've got any, Star.
Not particularly. I think I've covered just about everything. It was a really good race between the two of you. Good luck to you both in future rounds, and GG's.
Thank you.
Thanks for commentating and restreaming, and good game again, Rywek.
GG.
Definitely want to say thank you to our runners, Patrick and Rywek, and also definitely thank you to our commentators, Sonny Rath and Star. We're going to try to get as many of these races from the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament as we can. Actually, I think 3 of them are going on right now behind the scenes. But what I'm going to do for our Twitch viewers is raid over to Unos, who's running, who's showcasing a Zelda 2 all keys race right now, just finishing up. I believe they're in P4. So go and have fun watching that. Unfortunately, YouTube viewers won't have anything for you, but definitely thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.